All right, time for our third league match of the season for me. Playing against Earl. It's too dark in here. Player 2 on this board with everything. Only way to gain mid-turn would be something like Research Catacombs. Don't think we need to bargain. I suppose this is just a dungeon. Moneylender open. No attack cards. Got the dungeon on turn 3. That's great. If we get the Moneylender, wow. That's really good. We have, what, 3 in the other hand? Oh, we have 3 in the other hand, but we're going to trigger. That's a really good trigger, too. I think we get a Catacombs, and then we should be able to get Barracks pretty soon. We could just be a Wine Merchant. There's a lot of... I'm going to grab this Wine Merchant. Okay, this is fine. Get the research. This collision is also fine. We need to get Barracks. I'll just play the Wine Merchant, I guess, and get 2 cards. It's possible that Wine Merchant should have just been research when I bought it. Earl is moving along. This is not a bad turn to have this. This is a fine shuffle there. Probably just get our Wine Merchant back. See if we can't find the Wine Merchant this turn. Need to get Catacombs, need to get Barracks. Bandit Camp is going to be pretty good. I guess it's basically guaranteed that we find, would have found, it was guaranteed for us to find this wine merchant. I don't know if this is right. I want to bargain for this. Buy this thing. Sure, I will receive it now. Top deck that. Discard you. Do that, then shuffle here. It can be over terminaled if I get this. I think that's okay. I need 2 wine merchants to make them not bad. 1 wine merchant is acting a lot like a woodcutter right now. Nomad camp. I think we're kind of ahead on stuff. The thinning is pretty good here, and the sifting with dungeon, it makes barracks maybe a little bit less attractive just because it's a lot to pay for 1 village, even though it's a really good village. Might get it later. So we're just not going to play all. Oh, we have 3 actions. So what do we want? This is 11. Something like Bandit Camp. Barracks. That feels pretty good for all I just said about barracks. Hopefully we find something good with this dungeon. Or this could be a bad turn. We've got 3 villages, catacombs, the other dungeon down there. So 4 out of the 9 cards, and we get to see 2 of them. Okay. We want to research this last estate. At least we got the copper. I mean, honestly, this is a fine turn. We need another catacombs. This is fine. That could have been a lot worse. If it was going to be bad. Could have been a lot better, I guess. What did I even just buy? Catacombs plus the village. Okay. We can add a little more payload this turn. Okay. Earl is very clean. Great. Not sure. About this, let's see. I guess it would be I'm gonna not play both dungeons. We'll take this spoils. So this will be another wine merchant. Another bandit camp. If that's not too greedy. I mean, with the research coming in, I don't think it is. This turn I have to add more draw. Okay, I think we were a little bit ahead. Now it seems like Earl is player one again. Kind of. We should draw all here, right? We overdrew by exactly one with the research happening. So we want to get something like Bandit Camp, Catacombs. I don't think there's any reason to green yet. Bandit Camp, Blessed Village, Catacombs, Wine Merchant. I think maybe we're going to start greening now. What did I say? I overdrew by 1, which means I underdrew by 1 basically because the research gave me 2 cards. And then I just added Bandit Camp, Wine Merchant. Hopefully, we should be fine. I may be underdrawing by 1 card or 0 cards right now. I'm not sure exactly. Oh no, I trashed a copper as well, so I should be at least even. Earl has these silvers, which are silvers. Earl's silvers are silvers. And they're in his deck. It seems like they may have made sense for him. He was more trashed faster than I was. He needed to ramp up the economy quickly, and it's easier to, it's like the cheapest way to do that, probably, if you, it's the cheapest other than that it's bad for your draw. Okay, Earl is at 21. Did we, he researched a card, a Catacombs, to set aside 3 cards, including the Blessed Village. Must have researched Moneylender a while ago when I wasn't paying attention. He researched the Moneylender for a single card, which is a little bit sad. I guess that explains my not realizing that it was happening. Earl decides to province. That, I feel like we're in a better position now. Okay. So adds 3 stop-ish cards. I think we just easily draw all. I'm not sure that we want to play our research. This turn, this is the dungeon, right? Oh, yeah, right. Okay, we are going to have to play. This card. I left the research on top. Okay, so I was off. Earl can triple. We have 32. Certainly no reason to quad. Let's see, Earl had the 21 and added $7. Puts Earl at 28. Earl also set aside 3 cards. I don't know what they were. Should not be certain that Earl can't quad, which means we're not getting more than double here. We could do double, add, draw, and keep the 3 spoils, and then we're threatening to take large number of provinces. Maybe I would add a blessed village with that. So double 16, blessed village 20. Maybe I'll keep. See if I keep 2 spoils. I only have 3 bandit camps. So I had $19 ignoring the field gift and the spoils that I just played. So if I keep 2 spoils, that puts me at 25. I don't know. I don't think we need to do that. But okay, with this much, 24, so we could get double plus 8, which could be like, this horse isn't going to do much for them. Double plus Blessed Village Catacombs. That's actually really good. Oh no. Oh yeah, we'll bargain for Catacombs. I can't undo that now that I know what the boon was. I think I should have played another spoils and got more draw, probably. If I get to discard a couple I mean, this Yeah, this is probably fine. Okay, it was correct that Earl could quad. Oh, I guess we could be in trouble. Yep. So we have 5 buys plus Catacombs gain. Which could gain a Nomad camp. So just in Dreamland, we're at 6 buys. The Nomad camp does go onto your deck. It goes onto your deck and then it immediately gets set aside by research. So maybe the best thing you could do is like 5 buys, which is province 4 duchies. That's 18 plus estate. Oh, that's enough, right? Province, 4 duchies, estate. We have to draw everything up. Yes. I mean, that's also like a lot of money. We have a lot of money. Oh, that was stupid. We're gonna put that in hand. Put in hand. Okay. Yeah, we fucked it up, didn't we? I needed to make sure. I needed to. Oh, I think I fucked it up. Because I don't have another Catacombs down there, right? But I have like a lot of money. It's a tie, right? It's just 4 duchies and a province is a tie. And I have to take it, so whatever. Yeah, I think that, I mean, how much does 4 duchies cost? Yeah, I think I had a shot to win, but I played the wrong, I super wrong ordered it. Because if I hadn't played all those bandit camps first, because I didn't need this much money, damn it. It might have even been guaranteed. Oh well. That's sad. I shouldn't have played that so fast. I guess I'm glad I tied instead of lose. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, new game. We got save. We got counting house. We got everything you could ever want. Not true, but we got a really strong looking board. Improve pixie save. Seems pretty good. Improve ghost town's okay. I'm almost positive I want to open with this improve. This improve looks pretty good. Hey, look at these cards. Just improve the pixie into a ghost town. What are we gonna buy? Early hireling is not bad. Could just trash this pixie to cycle around. That seems pretty good. I'll grab this hireling. I could get a swash and I could improve into like the improve into a village. Do the hireling. I think I just still want this improve. I'm just gonna grab Merchant Guild here. Seems really important to go ahead and get that. Pretty sweet to see the goat and the hireling. This is a great draw for me. Okay, Earl copies the hireling. I have no idea if the hireling is really good. I'm pretty down on hireling as a rule, but obviously we need village. Village action. Gets a diplomat. How much money would we have here? Just like $4. Blah, 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 blah. Try like that. So definitely think about not playing all of those. Ghost Town and What is this? This is actually 9. Could get Ghost Town. I really want more Merchant Guild. We don't need to save. Ghost Town Merchant Guild. Be over terminal, but it's okay. I mean, I could improve the improve. It's an easier thing to replace, right? Than because I'm gonna be starting to buy these villages, so. We do need to add some kind of swashbuckler. So we just bottom decked Walled Village and a card. Oh, I have no idea. I think I'm over terminal now. Maybe it should have just been a pixie. I should. Ugh. My deck is very simple. I should know exactly what cards are in it and be more patient. Okay, bottom 2 cards are Swashbuckler and something. Goat. Maybe just Ghost Town double Pixie. Turn this Walled Village into another Merchant Guild. Oh, that's like double terminal negative. Maybe double Ghost Town Pixie. Let's just spend some copper. How about Ghost Town Village Pixie? I thought I was going to lose the Labyrinth split, but that didn't happen. I don't think it makes a big difference. Would have preferred to, oh, so we did actually over terminal. How about these wisps? Yeah, that's pretty good. So we're still over terminal. How much does, do we have 15? No. We have 13. I'm afraid that these ghost towns aren't, I mean, but they're draw, right? They're draw when you get them. I'm afraid that they're not the most efficient village because you need 2 of them. It's a $6 village, right? Need 2 of them to support 1 more terminal. Pretty good draws this game for me. I still managing to not be able to count my terminals. So, okay. Oh, it's because the ghost town thing. Okay. Yeah. I already had to get a ghost town just to catch up to my other thing. So, like, that's here. I have to get 1 ghost town and another village, and then I'll just be even on terminals. So, get ghost town, walled village. How about ghost town, walled village, 3 pixies? That's a lot of coffers. That costs 9 plus 4. That only costs 13. Right? No. 7 plus 6. Yeah. Gives me a lot of coffers. And Earl has only 3 merchant guilds, so it has 4 buys plus I have 4 pixie. What the max number of buys Earl has is 6. But would Earl also have 15 plus 12 dollars? I'm the one with the improve. So pixie, I don't think I mean, okay, I guess it would be like you get Earth Gift, you get both villages. Then you just have to have. Yeah. Like maybe I just want to add also, I should save, right? What did I do? 2 ghost towns, village, and some pixies. Maybe it should be another ghost town instead of a pixie, basically, but also save. Yeah. That seems better. Now Earl has to be careful about lowering. Sun and field, okay. We haven't seen forest. We haven't seen earth. Okay, this is somewhat likely that I get to find one of those boons, which would be really neat. Also got this improve in the tank. Okay, Earl gets province. This. So this feels like a win. Maybe. Let's count it out. 5 buys. Nope. That's not a win. Oh, maybe. Plus the improve. I need. It feels like a losing tie right now, right? Let's see. I have to get 7 cards to end it. 8, 9 cards to win. And this is 1, 2, 7. This is I can only get 8 cards right now. Of course, if the next one was forest, then I should win. Still got this swashbuckler and another walled village. So I'm gonna see it all. I think I want another improve and a ghost town. Gonna not do that or that. We'll just recount now that we have all of this. So we have 7 gains right now, but it takes 6 to empty the piles. We would need the 7th one just to catch up. So we need to score. Earl will for sure be getting, Earl did not trash a pixie, right? Earl has Forest Gift next turn, so that means that Earl has 3 Merchant Guilds plus Forest Gift. Does not have an improve, so Earl has exactly 6 gains. So we just need to make sure that we have more than that. I mean, that's not enough to win or a tie. So just doubling and doing nothing else would put it out of reach, right? Because there's 6 cards left, his 6 gains. So we're at least doubling, and we have, if we want to touch one of the other piles to lower, we had to get another province. So like we could triple plus Ghost Town or something, right? Then we would be up 2 provinces, be 5 cards left. Yeah. Triple plus Ghost Town. That would cost all my coffers and, or no, not all the coffers, but I'd have 6 coffers left. Then I would gain 4 times 4, 16 coffers. So I'd be up at 20 coffers. That seems pretty good. I think I can trash this copper. I could also buy a copper. Okay, triple Ghost Town. I don't want a dud. Earl can't quad, right? No, there's no. Yeah, so. I don't need that copper, I don't think. I'm already going to be threatening triple. Yeah. This should be totally safe. Oh yeah, I can also do some improving. So I could actually like turn of. Ooh. I'm not sure that we want to actually change any of these cards into anything else. We have one more action, so we could turn the village into a swash. No, turn that's bad. I think. Though just not drawing, we have 10 cards. We're going to gain one of those. All those. We should. There's all those ghost towns too. Just really don't want to mess that up. Should probably not. Okay, Earl doesn't even draw. So that means I'm the one that gets the forest gift. Okay. Wow. Well, it's not as exciting as I thought it was at first. I guess Academy is good because you really need to use sheepdog draw, and there's not a great, or basically any way to gain mid-turn, right? Oh. You can do Hunting Lodge with Chameleon on like sheepdogs and stuff for disappearing payload. And Skulk is disappearing payload. Oh, okay. So you can build like that for this draw to X thing. Academy is weirdly not that exciting. You might get it. Skulk is going to be good. It's really, really important to get that counterfeit. Silver Ghost Town would just guarantee, but I really don't want the silver. I think Ironmonger Ghost Town is probably pretty close to guaranteed 5. All right, so if you play Ironmonger as... I mean, I think unless my top card is an estate, I can play it this way and it'll guarantee. So let's try that. Draws a copper, reveals copper. Perfect, perfect. So I didn't have to chameleon it. We'd really like to hit 5 again, but we also just really want to play that counterfeit. These ghost towns, oh, these ghost towns are really shitty though for the draw to X thing. So we're kind of done with those. This is a second counterfeit. Without thinking. Wait. Oh, right. Okay. I was like, how did he play both of those? Oh, so you can buy things and chameleon sheepdogs. So basically, sheepdog can be a silver during your buy phase. It doesn't cost an action. I think it's gotta be this Ironmonger. Boring. Do I even want to play this? No. I guess you can also just not. You can just not do the draw to X thing. Is that better? It's just sheepdog, Ironmonger, engine, cities. Is this just better to do that? Probably. So I have to get, I don't know. I really have no idea. Because you can't trash your estates. You gotta, I get these counterfeits, I get this ghost town. Yeah, let's not be fancy. Fancy will get us killed. I don't know. The payload is just not, yeah. I don't, okay, wait. Hunting Lodge isn't draw to X, right? It's not exactly. It lets you discard all the crap, so you get to sort of sift through the crap. See, I still haven't had to commit, really. Let's get this academy. I think I want it. Get the academy, get a bunch of sheepdogs. Not that there's very many of them left. Yeah, cities. Yeah. Oh, come on. That's no good. Yeah. I guess getting to play those sheepdogs was kind of cool. C'est la vie. I love my counterfeits. It is on my like list. Yes. I want you back. I want you back. I want you back. Ooh, ooh, counterfeit. Diluted is not ideal. Because I really wanted to get a bunch of sheepdogs this turn. That could be not good. There are things to get. Going to discard this. It's a little late, but let's get this Guardian. I mean, these hexes can continue to really hurt. I probably should have gotten it earlier. People act like the Skulk is a bad card in your deck. Ah, look at that. Could have had Envious and Famine. Famine probably would have done nothing. Envious might have done something. Earl should take those sheepdogs, I think, or could do Sheepdog City. Gets Ghost Town. And Ironmonger, not what I was expecting. I'm pretty happy with it. Blah, 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 blah. I want to do more this turn. Keep. What's down there? Silver. I'm not going to play the Skulk, I guess. I want to counterfeit my silver. I guess rebuying that counterfeit was maybe not so good. Let's get these cities. Poverty, plague. Yeah, I don't want those. Jeez. Okay, Earl gets Guardian of his own. It's a lot of ghost towns. That does nothing. Get rid of this silver. Going to get a skulk. I think city, ghost town, skulk, guardian, 2 ghost towns. Maybe should have just done all 3. That would have done nothing. That would have done a little bit. We're a bit behind, I think. Kind of have to race down the cities and then the game is almost over. Because if you start, so I have 3 cities now, right? If you have a bunch of cities, here, now we both have 3 cities. Earl has Guardian down. Cool. Keep. This is going to be Chameleon. Wait, what happened to my other counterfeit? I'm so confused. So confused. Oh, that's really sad. I mean, I would have had like a win here. think I can maybe do this. Bleh. Maybe they just can win here, I don't know. Well, they should be thinking about trying to win. Don't they have another counterfeit? No, they killed one. Oh, well, now I should just win. That was weird. I guess I can fail to draw. Like that. So I don't. Well, is this enough? It just costs 18. I already have a VP lead. No, I don't have that much. Ooh. Oh. So sad. Unforced errors. So I either just have 11 bleh, or 14. I got no idea. Let's try that. So Earl still might be able to win here. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. So I assume this is a win. Okay. I feel like I shouldn't have won that. That was so sloppy with the counterfeit stuff. He trashed a counterfeit and I got upset about it with the locusts, and then I accidentally trashed my own counterfeit that I rebought. Way of the cargo ship. Only draw comes from sleigh. Only village is snowy village. We do have orchard. But it It looks kind of like thin down with monastery, get snowy, get displace, obviously. Gain golds with explorer and displace them, and do fairgrounds, province, displace stuff. So how do we open? Probably snowy slay. No. Slay monastery. Slay monastery. Get another slay here. This is probably, we want to put a displace in hand, I think. This is fine. This is, I guess this was about what we were expecting to happen. Could just grab another monastery here. We can't really, we can't really support 10 million slays. I mean, if they're cargo ships, they're like less of a terminal. Oh, I guess I could buy a 4. I really don't want a 4. I'll get another monastery. Yeah, we're gonna get 3 caravan guards, I guess. I mean, we want to get the explorer already, right? It was sad not to find monastery. Really sad with all this, with this hand, all this stuff. I have 2 monasteries down there and like a sleigh and some coppers. Ah, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I can do this. I think that's, still, I bottom deck both monasteries. Son of a, I could buy a monastery right now and get really thin. This is really silly. super silly. I kind of need my copper. I don't know. How am I gonna? I gotta buy an explorer somehow. could put the Explorer in my hand. This is going okay now. We need a province now. That's expensive. I guess we could also be like getting more of these action cards for Orchard and just exiling them to gain more things like that. Oh, baby, give me one more chance. You didn't have to wait for me. We got a bunch of caravan guards. I don't think they're very good. There's that Snowy. I think I want to just buy a province here. Which means 2 of these. I probably just need some horses. Oh yeah, let's cargo ship one of those. Or both. And what do I gain here? Well, I guess I guess just this caravan guard. Unless I want to start to get my snowy. I have to waste this place plays on the snowies because I don't really want a million snowies. We got to think about orchard with the horse. So I guess we're doing similar things. If you're not triggering a shuffle, I guess Slay's put in hand feature makes it sort of like a cantrip. I never thought about that before. Oh yeah, those things are just there. Just do that, that. I guess a gold. I think we want another displace. This turn we have a ton of terminals. Sometimes Slay looks like an empty pile when the bar is covering part of the art. You just see the white snow. It can trick ya. Get fairgrounds. I don't know that it's that important to gain a gold this turn. Maybe it is. It's only a 1 in 3 that I would draw. Oh, I don't even have. Okay, no, there's no. We've got to get a province here. I guess we could do this. Oh yeah, that's all stupid. I'm not thinking about my actions. I'm just gonna double. That was really not well played there. I forgot for a second about the snowy, about being snowed in. I don't think that tripling is in the cards. Especially like this. Hopefully tripling is not in the cards for Earl either. Goes for a duchy and a tunnel. Well, that was not good. We didn't find a snowy. That is pretty catastrophic.
I mean, it was to be expected because I moused the snow. Yeah, that was poorly thought out. I deserved that big time. I don't think we want to top deck it. Earl's such a nice guy.
Earl may get so far ahead on points that triple isn't even enough. Like right now, Earl is 19 points ahead. I guess I could put one in hand and try to find province to gain gold and get all those golds back in my deck. Did not happen. I got no idea here. I have 3 explorers now, right? Like, how did I not? Did I lose the horse orchard? Horsechard. Okay. Earl provinces, which is probably safe. Everything is probably safe for Earl at this point. Oops. Oh, did the same thing again. Dang it. I guess we can count the fairgrounds now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can get up to 50. I don't know. Whatever. The game's about to end. We'll just take as much crap as we can and see what happens. I guess. Or not. Let's just get some horses. I don't think I have a duchy. One, two, three, four, five. Whatever. This should be pretty easy for Earl to get a province. Not a great turn from Earl. Probably not enough points like on the board at all for me. Sure. Okay, let's count. 3, 6, plus A is 14. I do like just need one more card, don't I? I don't think it's possible for Earl to miss province so many times. Yeah, I did that to myself. We got a Wisp Druid. Pretty junky board. Probably want Apothecary. Real awkward because Old Witch is good. Maybe not on the Apothecary, at least not for a while. Earl gets the Druid. So we'll be doing some non-mirror. Would have liked to see an estate here, but what can you do? I guess maybe this is the turn I buy this. Pretty sad. I only have 4 in my next hand as well. That can be, I guess, another shepherd. These estates don't like my shepherd. Ugh! Really? Really, really? That's right. Castle it up. I mean, I guess at least Earl doesn't have a witch yet either, but ugh. These wisps are good. I just like giving out curses better. Question mark. I mean, don't think I can S5 doing that. Oh, the apothecaries are really good with the wisps. Ah, yeah. Silly Lemonspawn. I mean, okay, they're not that good because they already put the coppers in your hand, but yeah, if you got a bunch of wisps, then you can make them draw each other. You've got pasture, estates. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this, I think. This is gonna be Apothecary Witch for my opponent. I think, unless they want to do a crypt thing, which is also fine. Well, do I want to start following on the wisps? It's just so annoying. I think not. It's also buy the druid, unless you buy Apothecary plus thing. That's pretty good. Here I got Shepherd with 2 estates. Which is just going to give me a massive 7-card hand. I get to trigger this terrible shuffle by province and make Earl think about the mountain pass. Make Earl ponder nature's wonders. 13. I mountain pass. Yeah, this is... I mean, in my defense, it was not so likely that it was going to take me so long to get a witch with the open that I did. That was pretty rotten. I think last game I defeated myself. I think this feels like the first game where I've had poor luck. I think Earl probably also made a better choice than I did. It was really hard, I think, to choose that. You could also like have your druid miss or something and me get Old Witch right away and you're drowning in curses. I mean, maybe this can happen. Well, this doesn't matter. I'm drawing 4. I'm just gonna spin it around. That looks pretty bad, doesn't it? I think this is a storeroom for me. He trashed a curse too. This is over. Super over. Wedding? Huh. I don't get that. It was great how I triggered that terrible shuffle to do nothing because Earl was able to trash a card. Like Sea Hag would be better than Old Witch here because of how awkward drawing 3 cards is. This is depressing. What on earth is going on with these weddings, though? That's so weird. Oh. He gets it. Okay, so what do we want? Probably we just want the 2 castles, which costs 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we can do that. I'm not going to get an apothecary here. Crypt would be okay. I'd rather do this attack. Maybe we can trash a curse this turn on their, if they choose to play Old Witch instead of Druid. That's pretty good. It's something. I guess this is a state. We need another shepherd. That was a pretty bad turn for them, but also they got these weddings. Like, I don't understand the weddings even a tiny bit. They were and probably still are way ahead, but I don't understand those weddings at all. I guess the attack's not really that great when your deck is full of wisps. It's something. I wish I could buy a shepherd this turn. Like, I wish I had found that that thing. I guess I'll take this sprawling. I'll take 3 states. I don't think I even want to play this. That would have been nice to find a shepherd, have another good turn on this shuffle, the storeroom, and whatever. I guess this turn might just look like playing a witch if it's one of the top 2 cards. I'm still assuming we're going to lose. Okay, Earl did get that storeroom as well, which is a pretty good terminal. Going to take the grand, yeah. Just deny me the chance. Do I want to trigger here? Sure. So we get 9. That's not the number we wanted to see. Earl will maybe deny the king's castle here. No, it's not worth that much for him. Oh. Okay. We've got 2 shepherds down there. I don't know how much it matters. We might draw a silver and be able to like buy an estate this turn, which would be okay. Or yeah, I forgot how storeroom works. We just get to do that. Oh. Oh my god. That's very nice. I would grant it to my opponent as well. I don't know what was going on in my head. I hope Earl wins anyway, because I should not win this game. But I'm obviously going to try to win. I would grant that. Like, but that's really, I need to get my head in the game. I mean, it's a situation where the undo is clearly nothing to do with what cards were drawn. If anything, the cards that were drawn were better than they could have been, for like they didn't draw a shepherd dead or something. There's no reason for me to think that I deserve to have a good turn, but like my deck is capable of having a good turn, or like an all right turn, by getting like a couple big shepherd draws with apothecaries and whatever, the double province, you know. I only have 3 shepherds, which I know is a problem. I know that. I also have a lot of curses, which I also know is a problem. This is a really depressing game. I think those weddings just really weirded me out. Just have a ton of draw and a storeroom as your terminal for money, I think. Just like the golds seem really bad. Doesn't get to double. We want that. We want another shepherd. Okay. Here it comes. Earl's going to have a nothing turn, and I'm going to double. Right? Oh, I didn't even notice that Earl had Opulent Castle. Where's my brain? Even single here, right? I can't come back. He'll have 64. I mean, that's his double right there. I mean, I'm glad that. Yeah. I would really like to win this game. Cathedral looks necessary. Yeah. What else? Oh no! Well, that's real bad. Oh no. So let's try not to fuck up. There's a question of if we would want like an early gold. I don't think we need to. I think we just get. I mean, like, yeah, it's like, does that help you hit 6? Because that's the number to hit. What a positive attitude from Earl. I could just get a watchtower. That's pretty good for hitting 6, right? It's terminal though. I think like the market square is fine. This will be a watchtower. This will be like another market square, maybe. Not really doing much. It will. Oh, we don't want any more gold, right? Not right now. Okay, we got there. We can go ahead and get a bridge troll. We found the village with the watchtower. So what did Earl end up doing with his tragic start? Just buying cathedral, nothing cathedral. I mean, it's bad, but it's not like it's pretty bad. We just really need these villages and more troll. Great draws for me. Okay, yeah. At least it was fast for him, I guess. Well, I get another win. So, a great start to the season for me. Anyway, thanks for watching.